It's a little trip for Hazel and me. We're up. Is it the South Lakes? This?
Yes.
And what?
Furness.
Furness. Morecambe Bay. Well, it's sort of an estuary, isn't it? Estuary oid. So it is Morecambe Bay. I got it wrong. Here in, I believe it's Cumbria. A few miles from where we're staying, hotel South Cumbria here. And you can see the sand's going forever. And the tide comes in very fast here. But beautiful part of the world. And so a few more miles up the coast, and we're staying at the village of Rampside. And tomorrow we're going to go across to Piel Island in the Channel. Well, we're at Birkrigg Stone Circles in Cumbria, and I'm not sure how old these are, but I think they probably BC, I would think. It's like a miniature Stonehenge, and that's Bardsea village over there in the distance, and Morecambe Bay. Who built them? Do you know who built them?
The Druids, probably. I don't know.
Some old guys.
Some old guys.
Probably built them.
Beautiful view.
It certainly is.
Morecambe Bay.
Well, we're on Walney Island, which is off the coast of Cumbria, and Hazel spent a lot of her childhood here, so you're going to tell us the name of the area?
This is Urswick Bay, and that big hill over there is called Birkrigg.
Is that the lakes?
Yeah, and there's the Lake themselves over there.
Okay. You can see the water coming in very fast, can't you? The tide comes in here really quickly. I know. And you can literally see it coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we better get out of here before we get marooned. We're at the, you can see it, the Conkle Inn in Hazel, and it's near Roa Island, and the lady tells me it's nearly 200 years old, the pub, so you have it to do. So we're going for a traditional Lancashire meal tonight in a Chinese restaurant.
The best Chinese restaurant on the planet.
Sure whether that's traditional or not.
The Diamond.
There you go.
Diamond.
Right, for now. Well, I'm on Roa Island, which is actually a little island with a road that's connected to it, but in the distance you can see Piel Island, which is an actual island. There's no traffic on it, there's an old castle on it, you might be able to just about see it, and there's a pub on it. And tomorrow, Hazel and me, we're going to go over there on the ferry and have a couple of beers and come back. It's quite close to where we're staying, so there's no driving involved, which is fantastic. So this is a lovely spot. So I'm just going to walk down to the end of this pier here. Not completely into the water, obviously. The tide won't reach me while I'm stood here. There's the lifeboat thing there. And you can see that's where we've just come from. So Piel Island tomorrow, and a bit of a hidden gem this, it's wonderful around here, Cumbria. Hazel's up there on the bench in the distance, waiting for me.
poets and mining men, factories, lakes and mountains, visions of Cumbria, Bowfell and Great Gable, the Swan, the Teal, the Swift.
Well, we're on the probably the world's smallest ferry here, with a mixture of people and animals, ready for the crossing. And that's the destination over there. And off we go. And we've arrived on Piel Island, one of the most bizarre islands in the British Isles. Okay, so don't forget 1:15. So we've there's the boat we've just been on. We've just landed on Piel Island, and it's a fantastic little place in the middle of the I suppose it's part of the Irish Sea, really. The Isle of Walney's over there, and there's the pub. That's a great thing about this island, it's got a pub. An old castle. There's Hazel walking up the ramp there. We came from just over there in the distance. I do like an island with a pub and a castle, and it's got both. So we've arrived at Piel Island. So what's this place here?
The Ship Inn.
Yes.
And the publican is the King of Piel.
The king?
Yeah, he gets crowned and everything.
What's the king's name?
It's called Aaron.
Do you think we'll meet the king later?
I think we will. I think he'll serve us a pint.
That's fantastic. How often do you get a pint from a king?
Exactly.
It's a rare thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And that's one of the few vehicles on the island. There is a car on the island. I can see it behind there.
Oh, well, it's round the corner.
Round the corner, yeah. Good. Let's continue. So it's the back of the pub here, and there's the old castle here, which I believe is sort of 1600s, 1700s. So we're just walking up to the castle now, which has obviously seen better days, but there you go. Here we are on Piel Island, and it's the, actually, the castle behind us. There's somebody cutting grass behind there, revving up motorbikes, I'm not quite sure which. And it's a beautiful setting. And behind me there, I think, is the Lancashire coast. And on the other side, it would be Walney Island. past here, past the castle. We're nearly at the end of the island. I think that would probably be the southern tip. There's a bit of a dodgy bit here and I'll fall off. On the beach on the I think it's the south side of the island behind the castle, and there's a water channel there over to Walney Island. Do you like it here, Hazel?
Beautiful. Love it.
There's the channel on the south side of the island. Well, here's the track, the single track that can get across the sand flats at low tide, but you need to have a good vehicle for that. And of course, as you can see, that narrow channel is the only way to get to Barrow. So when they launch all the big ships, they somehow have to get in between that narrow bit. And there's people camping on the island at the moment, as you can see. And back in the, I think from the 1800s, there were some houses built on the island. Now in the distance you can see the castle there. We just walked back from the beach, but there can't be many more remote sort of spots than this. But it'd be difficult getting stuff out here, I would think. What a spot to live if you want a bit of peace and quiet. Especially if you've got a pub as well. Brilliant. So we've reached the houses, Hazel.
Pardon?
We've reached the houses.
Yeah. That'd be a great place to live.
It certainly would. Yes, we've just checked. Hazel pointed out, you might be able to see up there, these were built in 1875. So obviously there was a little community on the island at that time. Presumably, as it was a military place and also fishing, I would think. Well, it's the closest I can get to the pond. It's that hot here at the moment. I think it's all, the water's receded, it's full of reeds. So I can't see how to get in there. So the next best thing is, well, we're at the back of the pub. It's time for a half. Well, we've circumvented the island, and I think we should reward ourselves if it's open with a beer and sit out here and check out the sights. God. So here we are. Excellent. Time for a drink.
I am, yes.
Aaron?
Yes.
Yeah, I met you once before.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Sorry,
before you were crowned.
Oh, right, well, there you go.
And when you first just taken it over. So I'll have a half of Ulverston Laughing Gravy.
Yeah.
And
So it's not every day you get beer from a king. In fact, I'll probably never do it again. My whole life.
do you mind me?
No, it's all right.
With an Ulverston beer, I would drink more, except I've got to get off this island in one piece.
And
drive. So Hazel's kindly treated me to a drink. And what a great spot this is. Not bad at all. And I believe it's a local ale as well. Ulverston.
Gravy or something.
Ulverston gravy. Excellent. So served by the king himself.
The king.
Served by King Aaron. And over the years, over the last 40 years, this colony of grey seals have appeared. Last year it was 260. We normally see, this is quite a good amount of seals, we normally see between 1 and 200 on the beach. It depends what mood they're in, but sometimes if they're not feeling too lazy, the seals come into the water and they come and have a look at us. Well, we've just come up towards a colony of grey seals here, and that's on the south tip. So I would reckon I'd estimate of Walney Island. Seals here. They look like a load of rocks, but actually no, as you can see they're moving about. 500 of them here. There's one in the water just swimming near us. Behind me there, you can see the seals. Grey seals. Jumping about and having a laugh. So we're on our way back to Piel Island, across the channel. Good view of the castle there, as you can see. I think I can feel another bit of beer coming on. Another drink from the king would be great. Well, nearly back to the island. The white building on the right there is the pub. And Hazel and I have agreed that we should have another drink from the king. Well, that was good. A nice trip over to see the seals at the southern tip of Walney Island. And we're just walking up the ramp, and we're going to go back up to the pub here on Piel Island and have another glass of that lovely Ulverston beer. Fantastic. So we made it back to the pub just in time for another drink. Excellent. Well, bye bye Piel Island and the pub. Some good beer in there. Well, we've just been to the General Burgoyne for a meal, and we're in a little village for a little stroll called, what's it called, Hazel?
Great Urswick.
Great Urswick in Cumbria. And over there, you might be able to see in the distance, there's a beautiful little lake. We're going to have a little mooch around there. We arrived at Urswick Tarn, and it's a beautiful little village here, Urswick. We've just been in the pub and walking out towards the tarn. Tarn's an English word, an old English word for a sort of a lake. This is a beautiful spot. Here come the swans to greet us. I think they think we've got food for them and stuff. We haven't got nothing. We've been to the pub and all we had was food and drink. We haven't got anything for you. Sorry about that. Well, we stopped on the way home at Furness Abbey, and Hazel reliably informs me that it's 12th century, and it was a Cistercian monastery which was preserved to a certain extent because it was hidden away from Cromwell, and his cronies. So it's pretty close to the town of Barrow in Furness, hence its name. It was a huge monastery in its time, and this was originally the tower, and still quite a bit of it left. It would have been very large. Furness Abbey here, and we're nearly at the end of our little trip in South Cumbria, and I think we've got one more stop beforehand, but this is a nice piece of medieval history behind us, and hope you've enjoyed the film. As I say, one more stop to go. This is our very last stop on our trip to South Cumbria, and Hazel and myself have arrived here at Lake Windermere. It's the very southern tip. You can just about see it behind me, hopefully. And Lake Windermere is 11 miles long, I believe. And this is one end of it. You get a steamer that takes you right the full length of it. So it's a beautiful part of the world. And we've had a great time at Cumbria, and I hope you've enjoyed all the stuff that we've been filming. So here's Lake Windermere, and it goes up there for about 11 miles, and maybe another time we'll take a trip up into the lakes, but it's been fantastic here. So yeah, we've had a good trip here, haven't we, Hazel?
It's been fabulous.
South Cumbria, some very, very interesting places, and not that many people either, which is brilliant. The weather's been fantastic, so I would thoroughly recommend it. Excellent stuff.
Nice boat.
It is. It's not our boat, is it?
No.
I don't think we're in that league. Nice hotel we had behind us there as well. The Lakeside Hotel. So we're sat at the Lakeside Hotel.
That is Gummer's How. I walked up there once. Anyway, this is Lake Windermere, Lakeside Hotel.
And thought we'd have the last beer of the trip. So from Ed and Hazel, bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you.